I'm going to be ranking the best power forwards right now in NBA 2K23 My Team. We have a tier list here ranking from S that goes all the way down to D tier, and we have about 25 of the best power forwards in my team. But guys, let me know in the comment section down below who are some of your guys' favorite power forwards to run in the game right now, and of course, let me know what you guys would change about my tier list, and obviously your thoughts and opinions as well on kind of where I do rank cards. But the first power forward here is going to be Bam Adebayo. I would say he's probably the perfect like B tier power forward. I mean, he's not bad, but he's also not like super elite, so I'd kind of throw him in the B tier spot just because, I mean, the card is going to give you solid defense, 88 block, 91 interior defense, also having an 87 steal and an 88 perimeter, so it is going to be a very solid defender. Also super athletic, 85 speed, 85 acceleration. For me though, the flaws with this card, not really great dribble sigs, when nowadays like cards are getting really good dribble sigs, like especially on power forwards and even some centers. Like most of the power forwards in the game, at least at the higher level, have like MJ dribble style, Kobe escape, so I do think that's a little bit of a flaw for the card as well. And same thing with his jump shot, just being a little bit slow with now, you know, cards getting their jump shots on very quick. Some cards like Ray Allen, you know, Karl Malone, Mari Stoudemire, all having their jump shots on very quick. And a lot of cards, pretty much every card in the game that's good now, does have their jump shot on quick. So for me, I think Bam Adebayo probably going to be in that A tier category. Talking about Mari Stoudemire, I think he's actually going to be in the A tier category. He is a super underrated power forward. I know he just came out yesterday or 2 days ago by the time you guys are watching this video, so maybe he doesn't seem like he's like that underrated because people haven't really used him that much yet. But Stoudemire is really good. He's 6'10" at the power forward spot with a 7'1" wingspan. Really good offensive power forward. He might leave a little bit to be desired on the defensive side of the ball. He does have a 90 block and an 88 interior defense, so I don't think he's going to be a terrible defender. But on the offensive end, card's going to be an amazing slasher, 97 driving dunk, 95 standing dunk. He's also got a Hall of Fame posterizer, limitless takeoff, fast switch, and bully as well. So I mean, the card's definitely built to dominate down low. And then jump shot wise, like I said, it's actually a pretty good release with his jump shot on very quick timing. He's got the normal leaner MJ dribble style, and they also gave him some really good sigs for a power forward, like I was talking about, you know, with Bam Adebayo. Mari Stoudemire's got the James Harden size up, which if you guys have used the Galaxy Opal Harden, you know is a really good size up. And he's also got the John Wall escape, so the card's going to move like a point guard, and he's a very good offensive card as well, has a pretty solid jump shot. So I would say Mari Stoudemire going to be in the A tier category. Now another A tier power forward, at least in my opinion, is going to be Bob Nedelecki. A super nice offensive power forward, obviously has a really good jump shot, just going to be a little bit undersized, and I'm not sure if he's a top 5 power forward. If you guys don't know, S tier is going to be my top 5 power forwards in the game. Is Bob a top 5 power forward? I think I'll have to make that decision later in the video. And same thing with Karl Malone. I think all 3 of these guys are definitely in the A tier category. Not sure if any of them are top 5 power forwards, but I will say this new Karl Malone, I want to talk about him because he is actually super elite at the power forward spot, and most likely will be in my top 5 power forwards in the S tier spot. He is just super well rounded. Like, I mean, you take a look at these stats, very athletic, 93 speed, 93 acceleration, also has a 95 vertical, 94 strength, very good all-around defender, 92 block, 92 interior defense, also having an 88 steal and a 90 perimeter. So the card plays great defense. He can finish around the rim, has tons of Hall of Fame defensive badges. And then you look at the animations, he's got his jump shot on quick timing, and I can confirm in game it's a very good release. It might seem a little bit slow at first, but honestly, it actually is a very solid jump shot. If it was on normal or quick timing, it would definitely be a slow jump shot, but it is really nice that he's got that on very quick. So for me, Karl Malone, I think is probably going to be in the A tier category. And a power forward, I think just barely, you know, missing out of the A tier spot is going to be Anthony Davis. Just a little bit outdated jump shot animations wise, kind of like a guy like Bam Adebayo. If they have their jump shots on quick timing, maybe some better sigs and some more badges and stats, they could obviously be in the A tier category. But I think AD probably going to be in that B tier spot. Dirk Nowitzki, easily a top 5 power forward in the game. I think right now he's probably in my number 2 spot, right behind a guy like KG that we'll talk about later in the video. But Dirk, 7'1", has a great jump shot, super OP on the offensive end, and actually plays very solid defense in game. So for me, Dirk easily going to be a top 5 power forward. Dolph Schayes, another A tier guy. I think he's very comparable to a guy like Bob Nedelecki. Basically the same card in my opinion, except Bob's a better defender than Dolph, and Dolph has more shooting badges and a little bit better of a jump shot in my opinion, but very comparable. Basically the same power forward in my opinion. Both going to be in that A tier category. Now Dwight Howard, I think, is probably going to be in B tier. We have been talking about some really good power forwards. Obviously there's not going to be this many good power forwards, you know, later in the tier list. Like a lot of these guys, I mean, Dwight Howard is still solid. He's 6'11", plays good defense. His jump shot though is just a little bit questionable, very similar to a guy like Bam Adebayo's release. I think both these cards very good defenders, and same thing with Anthony Davis. I just feel like their jump shots do let them down. Now Chet Holmgren, I will say, I think I was kind of wrong about this card. And the more that I've seen him in game and kind of used him a little bit more, he's not as good as I thought he was. Yes, he's 7 foot at the power forward spot with his 7'6" wingspan, and I still do think he's in the A tier spot and maybe could be a top 5 power forward still, but realistically, I think I might take a guy like Bob or even Karl Malone over a guy like Chet. So for me, I think he's probably going to be in that A tier category. Pau Gasol, I'm just going to throw him B tier. I kind of wanted to include him on this list because he can play the power forward spot, but I think for the power forward position, he's probably in the B tier category. Now for center, he's probably like a top 5 center in the game, but I just don't really know how I feel about this card at the power forward position. His jump shot is a little bit slow, doesn't really move that well, so he just plays a lot better at the center position. So I think Pau Gasol, just because he's so much better at the center spot, I do think at the power forward position, he's probably not on the same level as guys like Bob Nedelecki and Karl Malone. So I do believe he's going to be in the B tier spot. Another B tier power forward is going to be Giannis, still super versatile, able to impact the game on the defensive and offensive end. Super good at going to the basket. Obviously, still really glitchy and going to be a very good defender. So I think Giannis probably somewhere in that B tier category. When he gets his Galaxy Super version, jump shot goes on very quick. He gets some upgraded stats and badges. He will most likely be once again another top 5 power forward. Just needs an updated card, with some stats and badges. And obviously his jump shot and quick time. And Cat, I think at the power forward spot is probably in the C tier category. Not a great power forward, to be honest. He just doesn't really do anything for you except for shoot the 3 ball. And if I'm not mistaken, I think his jump shot's only on normal timing, and that's like the only decent thing about this card is going to be his 3 ball rating. And yeah, his jump shot's on normal, has no really good dribble sigs. I think Cat, for this, at least for this list, probably going to be in the C tier category. Olowokandi, I think, is more of a center, very comparable to a guy like Pau Gasol in the sense that I do think he's better at the center position. But I think he's probably still better than a guy like Marc Gasol at power forward. He's 7 foot, plays really good defense, and has even a better jump shot than Pau Gasol. So I think Olowokandi, at least at the power forward spot, going to be in the A tier category. Now, what I will say is I think I'm going to drop Bam Adebayo and Dwight Howard into the C tier category because I feel like, Anthony Davis and Giannis and even Pau Gasol and Shawn Kemp are just slightly better than these type of power forwards, and I kind of want to balance a tier list out a little bit more. So I feel like Dwight and Bam were probably going to be one of the worst power forwards in B, so I'll just drop them down to C tier alongside Cat. Now KG, 1000% going to be in the S tier category. I don't even have to look at this card on 2KDB. I think you guys all know he's easily the best power forward in the game. I don't think that's really even up for debate. I know some people might still say Dirk, or even throws Yee's name in there, or maybe like a Karl Malone or something like that, Bob Nedelecki, but I think KG is honestly like a level above these other power forwards, but still going to be in the S tier category. Kevin Love, I think, is probably B tier. I think he's actually a very underrated power forward. I'm not going to say he's an A tier like he's crazy good, but I would say probably solid B tier. Same thing with George Mikan, another kind of like, I would say, underrated power forward no one really talks about, but I still think George Mikan can get the job done and is a very decent power forward. Evan Mobley, just kind of threw him on the tier list to, add some budget cards, some cards that maybe you guys would be able to afford if you're rocking on like a budget or you don't have that much MT. But Evan Mobley, realistically, for this tier list, I think might be better than a guy like Cat at the power forward spot. So I do think he's going to be in the C tier category. Another C tier power forward is going to be this Carlos Boozer. I have actually heard some pretty good stuff about him. I haven't used him in game, but at least looking at stats and badges wise, he doesn't look to be terrible. I've heard his jump shot is pretty decent, but I would say he's probably C tier on my list. Just doesn't really look crazy stats and badges wise. So I would say Carlos Boozer probably in that C tier category. Willis Reed, I think it's probably B tier because this card's actually like very, similar to a guy like Anthony Davis at the power forward position. So I think they're both going to be in B tier. Very solid power forward. Serge Ibaka, kind of the same thing as Evan Mobley. Very good for their price tag and very good budget power forwards, but just not on the same level, as a lot of power forwards in my team right now. Tim Duncan might be a little bit crazy, but I still think he's probably A tier, right? Or maybe he goes, what? I think because of his jump shot, he goes down to B tier next to a guy like Anthony Davis. I really do hope 2K updates a trophy case, either with an update or just an evo to all the cards, because if this man had his jump shot on quick, right? If he had a jump shot on quick timing, that would obviously be a lot better and a lot easier to green. And then if he had some, upgraded stats a little bit, maybe some more to the speed, really just need some more shooting badges here and there, but it's really just a jump shot and maybe like a +5 to 10 3 ball. And if his jump shot was on quick timing, maybe had like the MJ dribble style and the Kobe escape, normal leaner, I mean, he would probably be up there, maybe as a top 5 power forward in the game. But I think Anthony Davis, that jump shot just really hard to green. It's super slow. I would say probably in the B tier category. Still a very good defender though. Miles Turner, probably in B tier. Not a great power forward, but not bad. I'd say he's probably a little bit better at center. I think he's probably going to be in the B tier category. Wes Unseld is just too undersized. I mean, he's what, 6'7", at the power forward position. Like, that is just way too undersized if you're matching him against 7-foot power forwards. A really good card though. Kind of wish he could play small forward, or maybe he was just a little bit taller. Got a great jump shot and very good offensive stats, but I'd say Wes Unseld probably going to be in the C tier spot, and then Yi finally is definitely going to be an S tier. I do think he is 1000% a top 5 power forward. But now this is where things do get a little bit interesting. I think number 4 and 5 is really a toss up with pretty much like everybody in the A tier category. So let me know in the comment section down below, out of all of these power forwards in A tier, which 2 would you guys move up into the S tier category to round off the top 5? For me, I think at the power forward position, it's going to be Karl Malone and Bob Nedelecki as well. I think for me, those are the next 2 best power forwards, number 4 and 5. And then I also do want to move a couple guys up into A tier. I think Pau Gasol is actually not a bad power forward. I think he's better than most of these guys in B tier, I should say. And then I think I'll keep everyone else in B tier. That kind of seems, you know, right? Like Pau Gasol maybe want to go B tier, but I think I'm kind of looking at all the power forwards in B, and I think Pau Gasol probably is the best out of the bunch. But let me know in the comment section down below, what do you guys think about my power forward tier list? And like I said, let me know some of your guys' favorite power forwards in the game, and I'll catch you guys in the next one. Peace.